nicely gone, miss.
Thank you, Perkins.
Last week, he was unconscious for nearly half an hour.
Good heavens! What happened last week?
It was an accident, really, but I hit him with a fax machine.
You know, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I really do think you're going to have to take your skirt off.
What am I going to wear?
I'm not sure, but we can't go on forever like this.
Oh, I don't mind, really. I'm beginning to get quite used to it.
Yes, I know what you mean, but you have things to do. I have sandwiches to make. Have you ever tried to make sandwiches with one hand?
Okay, but you're going to have to find me another skirt.
Of course I will. I'll ask Miss Deborah as soon as she gets back.
Well, all right then.
Well, Perkins, is this what the butler saw?
No, Miss, it's not at all what you think.
And what is it you think I think, Perkins?
Really, Miss Deborah, this is too much. Would you kindly lend me a skirt, please?
Nobody's going to believe me when I tell them what is going on around here.
Nothing's going on around here.
No? I am standing here in a dress. There is a half-dressed redhead who's giggling at your butler, who has just asked to borrow a skirt. Sleeping Beauty here is showing the flag. I haven't even told you about the ambassador yet, and you say there is nothing going on?
Right now, don't get excited.
I shall not get excited. I shall go into the bedroom. I shall change clothes. And Debbie, we both then shall leave this madhouse.
Well, she'll be okay. I'll get you that skirt. Won't be a minute.
Perhaps you would feel more comfortable if you waited in the kitchen.
Thank you, I will.
We're in the kitchen, Miss Deborah!
Okay.
Oh, my head.
The butler! He's here!
Here you are, Faye.
We're under attack. I must get reinforcements.
All right, darling, we'll go. Just stop yelling at me. Now finish packing up your things and we'll get out of here. Damn it. Perkins,
Yes,
can you give me a hand with the zipper? I'm a bit stuck.
certainly, miss. It's really stuck, miss. Oh, good heavens. My tie is caught in your zipper. Could you please do something? I can hardly breathe.
Joe, can you help us, please?
Yeah?
The zipper's stuck. Give us a hand, will you?
Okay, just a second.
Oh, fine.
Oh!
Oh. Oh, what is it?
My zipper's caught in your dress.
Don't move! I'm sorry.
Well, this is no use. I can't see a thing.
Well, here, give them to me, miss. Now, Miss Deborah, would you kindly hitch your dress up a little, please?
Stop! What are you going to do?
What do you think I'm going to do?
Not you mean you're not?
Oh, relax, darling. It'll be all right.
What do you mean it'll be all right? It's not you he's operating on.
If you hold very still, sir, I'm sure I can find the right place.
Ow! That definitely was not the right place.
Never mind, I think I've got it now, sir.
Got what?
Just a little to the left and up a fraction.
Don't talk about fractions.
I believe I'm getting the hang of it now, sir.
I don't want you to get the hang of anything.
You about ready, sir?
Stop! I've heard of operating in the dark, but this is ridiculous.
I really do think we ought to get on with it before I run out of oxygen.
Do it again. Perkins.
Ready?
Ready.
Oh no.
Oh!
God.
Perkins, what are you doing to my daughter? I'm beginning to have my doubts about you, Perkins. First my secretary and now my daughter.
I assure you, sir, this is not of my doings.
No, it doesn't look like it.
I appear to have fallen into a booby trap, sir.
I don't know what you're doing to my daughter, and I don't even want to think about my secretary.
Your secretary?
Yes, you know, the one with the big floppy disks.
Actually, I quite intellectually stimulating.
Her idea of intellectual stimulation is to count along with Big Bird. Now, Debbie, perhaps you would care to explain what is going on here?
There's nothing to explain, really.
Nothing to explain. Perkins has his hands, heaven knows where his hands are. And his head is in your
Boobs?
Don't use that word. I've told you that before.
Well, what word would you like me to use?
Oh, never mind. How did he get there?
His tie's caught in my zipper.
Oh, here, I'll fix that. Where's the scissors? Huh? Oh. Who is this?
Oh, that's Perkins' brother.
What?
What's his name?
Mark. Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
Perkins' brother.
Perkins' brother.
Your first name wouldn't happen to be Brutus, would it?
Sir, I don't even...
Well, Mr. Mark Anthony, would you care to explain what you're doing on the floor? Well, young man, I'd like an explanation.
What explanation, sir?
Well, you must admit, it's not every day that a man walks into his living room to find a relic of the Roman Empire with half his trousers missing, lying in the doorway of his daughter's bedroom.
Oh yes, that explanation.
You shut up! Yes, that explanation.
It's very simple, really.
I'm waiting.
You tell him, Debbie.
Me? You are wondering why he's here and what's happened to his trousers?
Indeed I am.
Moths.
What?
Giant moths. He's had trouble with them for years.
What?
They've eaten his trousers and he's here to get a new pair from his brother.
I say, could somebody do something?
He may be perfectly willing to die happy, but he is looking a little red around the ears.
Here, I'll fix that. Oh.
Thank you, sir. Now then, about my brother.
Neither am I here to volunteer information to him about his family.
Perkins, perhaps you would care to get your brother a pair of trousers?
That's a good idea. Why don't we all go to your apartment and get a pair of trousers
let me get you a drink and I'll try to explain.
I really only put this outfit on so that I could take it off.
And so you shall, my dear. And so you shall. It's just that, well, things got rather complicated. You see, there's a bomb scare at the embassy, and Plan M is in effect. So no one can leave here.
That my Rambo out there stopped me from going home.
That's it exactly.
Well, just how long does he intend to keep us all here?
Well, it's really hard to say, really. It depends on how long it takes the bomb squad to clear the embassy.
So we could be stuck here all night.
Looks like it.
In that case, I think it's time we quit the deception and tell everyone who I really am.
No, we can't do that, dear.
And why not?
Well, in the first place, I don't want anyone to know who you are, especially that mad Marine out there. Yeah, and in the second place, what's the point? We'll still be stuck here, so we might as well go ahead with the original plan.
There are all these people here.
Sooner or later, they're all going to have to leave and all go to sleep. I'll make sure that we're left alone.
How are we going to be alone with half the U.S. Marine Corps running around outside?
You leave that to me. I'll take care of that dropout from the halls of Montezuma.
I must say, Harry, you do make some pretty fast moves. Remember when I was almost caught behind the curtain?
How could I ever forget? And then we had to get you out over the wall.
Oh, Harry, you're so clever, but you know, one of these days you're going to get caught.
As long as I don't get caught with my trousers down.
That depends on who's doing the catching.
Well, why don't you see if you can catch me?
Ooh la la!
Here comes that mean ambassadorial machine.
Miss Baker, we have a most serious development. Patching direct to the Central Intelligence Agency. Now, CIA, Langley, Virginia, USA, request information concerning a former Soviet agent, codenamed Maid Marian, who originally came from behind the Iron Curtain over the Berlin Wall.
See?
I suspect the aforementioned Maid Marian has seduced.
Oh, Harry!
Correction, is seducing. Ambassador Douglas, request a contact with a British Secret Service agent. Recognition code word, let's see now. Let's use, number 19. Turn on the spotlight. You got that, Miss Baker? Turn on the spotlight. Well, later, Miss Baker, I need to secrete myself into an advantageous listening post.
I did also say that I would not lie to the ambassador. You do remember that, don't you, Miss Douglas?
Fair enough, Perkins, but what's the harm?
Oh, none at all, I suppose, but why did you have to say that he was my brother?
It's the first thing that popped into my head.
How do you spell virgin?
What a strange question.
He told me to contact a long-legged virgin.
Well, I don't suppose there's very many of those around these days.
Especially with the ambassador running loose.
What does seduce mean?
Faye, my dear, we still haven't made those sandwiches. Why don't you come to the kitchen and help me? As for you, young man, if everyone is counting on my absolute discretion not to reveal your true identity, may I ask that you too be discreet and stay out of the ambassador's way?
You can count on that. Now, Debbie, listen, there's something I need to tell you about your father.
Faye, my dear, did you hear that?
What?
Perkins with Miss Baker.
Forget Perkins and Miss Baker. There's something I need to tell you about your father.
Do you think it's possible there's something going on?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Something is definitely going on.
What makes you so sure?
Well, in the first place, he can hardly keep his hands to himself.
You know, you're right. I noticed that myself earlier.
And in the second place, he keeps putting a move on me.
nasty about my daddy.
Nasty. Me. About Daddy? Oh, what's the use? No, my love. I am not going to say anything nasty about Daddy. Ah, forget it. Let's just get our things and get out of here.
I'm afraid nobody leaves here until certain investigations are completed.
Now look here.
Sit down if you please, sir. I think we need everyone in here to answer a few questions. Miss Baker, could you come in here, please? And you too, Perkins. Now, where is the ambassador? Oh, yes.
Who is it?
It's me, Captain South.
What do you want?
You're needed for an urgent security conference.
Very well, just a minute.
Miss Baker, will you take notes of the proceedings?
Is this really necessary?
I'm afraid so, sir.
Oh, very well, let's get it over with.
Now, as y'all well know, there's been a bomb threat at the embassy. What we don't know is if the threat is directed at the establishment, as it were, or against the ambassador personally. However, I have a few ideas on that subject myself. I have been savagely attacked twice in the past hour. Reason to believe the bomber is masquerading as someone else, and that someone is here in this room.
That's impossible.
Furthermore, I have substantial evidence indicating overtones of international espionage.
I say, are you sure?
I am presently awaiting word from the headquarters of the Central Intelligence Agency and have asked for the help of the British Secret Service. Now, if you don't mind, we had better start seeing some identification. Perhaps we should start with you first, sir.
Me?
Yes, sir. Do you have any identification, please?
I don't believe so. You see, these are my trousers, and... Wait a minute, what's this? Driver's license. Percival Porter Perkins. Here.
Captain
Well,
South.
one moment, sir. It sure would help if they put photographs on these things. It says here you are 52 years old.
Yes. Well, remarkably well preserved, don't you think?
Yes, sir, I do. Do you mind telling me your birthday, sir?
Well, it's a bit private. Just a bit. 14.
Yes.
Yes.
The 14th of what, sir?
September.
That's right. I thought you said your name was Mark Anthony.
Well, his name really isn't Mark Anthony. We just call him that. I mean, if you were walking around with a name like Percival Porter Perkins, wouldn't you rather be called something else?
Well, possibly, yeah, but Mark Anthony?
He's fond of making speeches.
So, I have revealed your true identity, Percival Porter Perkins!
Do you have to keep saying that?
Well, everything seems to be in order
Captain
here.
South.
Yes, sir.
We're not all here.
We're not?
Josephine, she's missing.
Good heavens, you're right. What's more, I think she was there when I was attacked.
I think I saw her in the garden. If you're finished with Mark Anthony here, why doesn't he go and find her?
Right. I'll find her. I won't be a minute.
I'm going to keep my eye on that young man. Now, I don't think y'all realize how serious the situation is. I want y'all to understand that I am a highly trained security expert. Nothing escapes my attention. My eyes are everywhere. My ears are like finely tuned radar antennae. So if anyone has any ideas about putting anything over on me, I'd advise them to forget it. Now, sir, I would like to question your maid.
My maid, Marion?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I can vouch for her personally.
Nevertheless, I have reason to believe she's not who she says she is.
Ridiculous. I absolutely forbid it. She is my maid, and that's the end of it.
I think I hear Josephine in the bedroom now. she's a personal friend of mine.
I still need to see some identification, Miss Deborah.
Now, don't be stupid. Do you really think this sweet, charming, innocent girl can possibly be a mad bomber?
All right, but I shall want to talk to y'all later. For now, I think I need a few minutes with you, sir, in private.
We can step out on the terrace. Marion, dear, why don't you help Perkins in the kitchen?
Come on, we better get you properly dressed.
I am not putting that dress on again.
Hello?
Oh!
Hello? 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 Oh, must be this one. Hello? Who? Oh, Captain Sal. I'm afraid he's out. Oh, he's supposed to be here? Well, he is here. I can't. Because he's out? I'm Miss Baker. There's no need to yell at me. They hung up. I'm afraid he's done it again. Lend me a hand.
Really, Flame, how did you manage it this time?
I didn't do anything, honestly.
He's really going to believe there's a mad bomber now.
Well, we can't just leave him lying here. Maybe we should put him on a bed somewhere.
You're probably right. Let's get him into the bedroom. Ready?
He's like,
Here we go.
oh, he weighs a ton.
I now know why my mother told me never to pick up a Marine.
Ah, there you are, Josephine.
Oh, no. Why don't you help us in the kitchen, Faye? That way we can keep an eye on you.
Good. I always like to help.
Well, maybe if you just watch.
Mark Anthony, have you seen Josephine?
Josephine? Oh, yes. She just went that way.
Thanks. It's definitely tonight, Josephine.
Debbie,
There you are. Where did you get to?
there's something I need to tell you about your father.
I've been attacked again, miss.
Oh dear. Have you any idea who it is?
I think it's that Mark Anthony fella. When I catch him, I'm gonna tear him from limb to limb. You haven't seen him, have you?
No, not recently.
Well, when I catch up with him, you're gonna see a little of that third degree. I'll beat the truth out of him. Doesn't he realize what he's up against? Doesn't he know we're trained to kill in 27 different ways?
Oh, there you are, Captain Sal. How are you making out in your search for the mad bomber?
Have you seen that Mark Anthony character, miss?
Yes, I saw him sneaking out the French windows a few minutes ago.
Right. I'll have to flash him.
Now listen, Debbie, about your father.
What about him?
He's after me.
Whatever do you mean?
He keeps trying to, you know.
to you make disparaging remarks about my father. I'm surprised at you for even suggesting such a thing. I'm very disappointed in you.
Oh, no. Now you're mad at me. Hormone Harry out there can't wait to get his hands all over me. And Captain Kangaroo is planning to kill me in 27 different ways. Why do I feel like the only tree in the kennel?
Ah, there you are, my dear. Debbie, why don't you help the others in the kitchen?
I'll come with you.
No, Debbie knows where we keep everything, don't you, dear?
Okay, Daddy.
Really, Mr. Ambassador? Don't you think you're a bit old for this sort of thing?
Oh, not at all. I feel like a 20-year-old. Trouble is, I can never find one available.
What makes you think I'm available?
It's in the way you walk.
The way I walk? You mean like this? Oh my! Help! Debbie! tie me down in the chair. You can turn on a spotlight. What? What?
did you just say?
I said you could put me in a little room.
No, after that.
I said you could tie me down in the chair and turn on the spotlight.
Good heavens, you!
Me?
You're an agent.
Well, yes.
I must apologize. I had no idea.
Apologize? What for?
Now that I know you're an agent, things are different.
They are?
Of course.
You mean you're not going to interrogate me?
Of course not. I now know, without reservation, that as trained professionals, you and I can travel this difficult road together.
Actually, I usually do recommend reservations.
Now, I think we should make plans to catch them red-handed.
Them?
The ambassador and the maid.
You mean that?
Yes, they are definitely working undercover together.
Well, I did think they were a bit familiar with each other.
Tell me, what time did you get here?
Oh, about 6:30, I suppose?
So, you've been on to him all along.
Who?
The ambassador.
Oh, yes. I am definitely on to him.
What made you first suspect him?
I suppose it was when he said we can make the Earth move.
Ah, the bomb!
What?
I'm beginning to understand.
I'm glad you are.
Of course, you realize that means she's in disguise.
Don't you think that's a bit obvious?
What?
For the maid to disguise herself as a maid?
No, she's not really a maid. She came over the wall, and now she's a maid in England.
Maid in England?
Does the ambassador know who you really are?
No. But he's come close to finding out a couple of times.
Well, I think we should give him a free hand.
If you give him a free hand, I know where he's going to put it.
I think our strategy should be to play along with him.
What do you mean, our strategy? You can do whatever you want, but I can assure you I have no intention of playing anything with that dissolute diplomatic disaster out there.
Nevertheless, I think we should give him plenty of rope.
Plenty of rope? Have you any idea what he's liable to do with plenty of rope?
All right, but I definitely think we should let him feel his way around.
Feel his way around?
Yes, then we catch him with his fingers in the cookie jar, and bam, we spring our trap.
Couldn't we spring the trap before he feels his way around?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's easy for you to say. It's not your cookie jar he has his fingers in.
Right. Now that we're working together, I'll keep you informed of my every move.
That'll be a great comfort to me, I'm sure.
Remember now,
Yes, I think we can be quite comfortable considering the circumstances. Why don't we get everyone in here and we can decide who's sleeping where? Perkins, would you come in here for a minute, please? I think if we're properly organized, tonight can be highly satisfactory. I'm sure we can work this out to everyone's satisfaction. Debbie, have you got a minute, please? Now, let's see. Who's missing? Yes. Where the devil is Captain Sal?
I saw him a short while ago, sir, cowering behind the rose bushes, muttering something unintelligible about a flanking attack at dawn.
I see. Would you see if you could find him, Perkins?
Very good, sir.
Now, girls, let's see where everyone will be. Debbie, you'll be in your room, of course. I'll be in mine. We have this bed here, and of course we have the terrace furniture.
Why doesn't Josephine take the terrace?
Well, I thought she would be more comfortable in here. It's closer to where I am, and I'm sure she would prefer the comfort of having me close by.
On the contrary, I should definitely prefer to be on the terrace.
Now, where's he gone to? Captain Sir! What were you doing?
I just paused for a moment.
Oh, no! Not on the begonias again!
There you are, Captain. We were just making the the sleeping arrangements. I'm afraid it's going to be rather crowded in here.
Don't make any arrangements for me, sir. I'll be on watch all night long.
Oh dear. What will you be watching?
I'll be patrolling the perimeter.
Oh, you mean outside.
Yes, sir.
Good. Very good. Now, where's that brother of yours, Perkins?
If memory serves me correctly, sir, doesn't your Constitution contain an article called the Fifth Amendment?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, sir, I should like to decline to answer on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
What on earth are you talking about?
I can see it now. I'm going to go to prison and end up married to whomever has the most cigarettes. Deborah, would you kindly lend me a hand with this conversation?
Daddy, why doesn't Perkins find his brother and then have him stay in his apartment?
Good idea.
Thank you, Mister. Stay away from Hot Pants Harry.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said chances are I'll never marry. Good night, sir. Good night, miss.
Well, looks like things are going to work out after all. Now, let's see, where were we?
We had just decided that I was going to be on the terrace, alone.
Had we? Oh, well, I guess that's all right.
Looks like you and I here, Faye.
That's fine with me.
I guess, we should all turn in now. Don't you have a foxhole to dig or something?
That's a terrific idea, sir.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Josephine, I'll just be in my room. If you're lonely, you know where to find me.
Yes. Oh. Right. Good night.
I'll get the lights. Good night.
Good night.
Now do you believe me? Where were you when I needed you?
What were you doing on the terrace?
Yes, Harry, what were you doing on the terrace?
Now, there's no need to get excited.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you, but I'm still willing to try.
I was sleepwalking. That's right. I was sleepwalking.
You walked right to me.
That's because I was asleep.
Okay, come on. Let's all go back to bed, shall we?
The next time the trap is sprung, I want you there.
Well, let's settle down.
Good night.
I went in the bathroom and I lost my way in the dark.
Daddy,
Yes,
go to bed.
good idea. Where's Miss Baker?
Oh, I'm sure I don't know, but I seem to have this bed all to myself now.
Oh, good.